What is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 back here with a video. And first off, before we get into anything involving the main topic of this video, I want to say happy Independence Day for people that are in the States. It is the 4th of July, so make sure to stay safe out there and everything. I am personally going to make this video, make sure it's up and everything, and then go on to my festivities. So make sure everyone here stays safe on the channel, and happy 4th of July. But back onto the main topic at hand. Of course, during E3 2018, we saw the greatness that is Sucker Punch's upcoming next game called Ghost of Tsushima. It was a great show and everything. While I was a little bit, kind of taken back by the level of density of the combat and everything, and that's whole thing I'm a little bit shaky about and kind of worried about. Overall, the game looks great. It looked very, very clean. It looked super interesting, and the environment was just beautiful and everything. And I was browsing through Reset Era and saw this thread here that were a couple of leaked points that I didn't talk about in my original video after E3 2018 with Ghost of Tsushima. So I figured let's just talk about some of these here, and these actually are very telling of how this game is going to turn out and how the pacing is going to go and how you're going to be just overall laid out in Ghost of Tsushima. So first up here, they talk about how the samurai were the most respected people in Japan. People bow to Jin as he passes on foot or horseback, but samurai were also feared. Some women and children will attempt to hide or flee at the sight of Jin, while others will attempt to attack in order to prove themselves or take some of the valuable gear a samurai would typically carry. This also helps to make the world feel alive and immersive. Not sure how often these civilians interactions occur. So definitely this point here was honestly one of the most intriguing out of the whole thing. It's like there are going to be some NPCs in the world that naturally are going to either respect you and bow you and everything, or some of them are going to try and pick a fight with you and try to take your gear and everything. I think that is just a super cool and nice element to it, and it speaks volumes to the actual, legitimacy of the historical aspects of this game, where that is how it was in Japan, where you were respected as a samurai, but sometimes you were feared. So definitely do enjoy that part. And of course, you'll be playing as Jin. We covered that in the main video of the first one I did over Ghost of Tsushima. Make sure to check that one out as well. But next up here, each outpost has a story behind it and a quest line, not just a quote, take out these soldiers and you retake the village. Villages can be retaken by Mongols if you do not complete the quest line. So that is really cool as well. So we're not going to have, the very typical, very, very samey open world. Hey, there's an area here, defeat all the enemies in there, then you win it. You know what I'm saying? Then you get that area. There's going to be a little bit of a different twist to it. It's not just doing that. You're going to be doing some sort of quest line here, some sort of little engagement to be able to fully have this outpost as yours. And I really think that there's something also to be said about how if you don't complete the quest line, they can take it back. The Mongols can take back the outpost. So I'm thinking maybe there's an option for you to not do the quest line but still somewhat take the outpost. I'm not really sure what exactly that has entailed, but I'm pretty sure we will figure out obviously when the game releases. Next up here, in the same vein as The Witcher 3, the game has 2 central towns and many smaller outposts and villages. So that is a really cool type of way to lay out the overall game. So not much to say on that point, but there are a lot to say about some NPC stuff as well. There are NPCs who can help train you in the ways of the ghost, but as for a samurai, it would be completely a different form and a dishonorable way of combat. Don't expect Jin to be able to right out of the gate know how to throw shuriken. Use kunai, use alchemy like potions, create potions and explosives, use grappling hooks to get on top of the roofs quickly, etc. And 110% I did butcher a lot of those words, I apologize, but I do like, obviously how, all these things that we saw in the trailer and everything and that we saw in the gameplay, you're not going to be able to use off the bat, like the grappling hook and stuff like that, and using different potions and explosives and everything. Obviously, those are going to be things that you will have to learn through a skill tree, I'm assuming, like every other open world game. So I definitely do, appreciate that level of detail where, you're not going to be the most powerful thing in the world when you open up the game. And speaking of skill trees, there are 2 major skill trees with many branches, which are the way of the samurai and the way of the ghost. Samurai is focusing on more swordplay, archery, and defense, while ghost focuses on more stealth, alchemy, and agility. So it looks like if you're gonna do a more traditional playthrough and everything and be a little bit more of a kind of grounded type of character with that skill tree and everything, probably gonna lean towards the samurai because you're gonna get like a lot of your swordplay, your archery, and more defensive type of attacks, as opposed to to the ghosts, which are going to be more of a savage. I like to say, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like with the ghosts, you're going to be focusing a lot more on stealth and alchemy, like making potions and creating potions and explosives and everything. But you're also going to be able to be a lot more agile with the ways of the ghost. And this next point here I found super interesting to me. I'm not really sure where they're going with this, but I just found it super intriguing to bring this up. So the samurai skill tree is fully unlocked from the start, while ghost requires you to complete tasks in order to unlock a specific branch, such as working with an alchemist in order to complete and learn potion abilities or to create potions with strong effects. So I mean, wait, so there's going to be two different skill trees, but at least by the way that this, you know, user is going about explaining this, the samurai skill tree is fully unlocked from the start. So I mean, I guess that makes sense because, you know, in the beginning of the game it begins with the Mongol invasion, and it's not like you're training from the ground up to, you know, defeat the Mongols. You are already trained as a samurai, so I definitely understand that point. But having the full skill tree unlocked, I'm thinking maybe there's different ways that you can upgrade that skill tree, but, you know, not necessarily unlock them. You know what I'm saying? I think that's how it's going down. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like that or just straight up the samurai skill tree, you don't have to touch it. It's just fully unlocked from the start. I'm not really sure how they're going with that. I feel like they're gonna go with the latter, where we're definitely gonna have some upgrades to do with the samurai skill tree and stuff like that, and be able to level up some aspects of that skill tree. But the full skill tree for the samurai is unlocked from the start. You will be free to switch between samurai and ghost kits. Jin in full samurai armor won't be able to climb buildings or swim and dive, and will be more fit for a defensive all-out attack build, but you can still jump, don't worry. This can be balanced out, however, by mixing kits. You switch by going into any outpost or town. There you will be able to sleep in order to pass the time, so if you prefer to tackle a mission at night as a ghost or at day as a samurai, it's up to you. And so with that being said, for a more grounded approach, samurai is recommended. Now this is very interesting to me because it looks like, you know, with the kits you can affect different parts of your body that are more samurai-esque versus other parts of your body that you want to be more ghost-esque, where you can be a little more quicker as a ghost and everything. So let's say you can have like a full-on like samurai, maybe like shoulder and arm pads, I guess, or something like that, but the lower torso of your body, you know what I'm saying, like the feet and everything, can be more of a ghost kit, so that way you can be a little more quicker on your feet, stuff like that. So I think that's really cool to be able to mix and match those type of things. And they say, you know, for a more grounded approach, samurai is recommended, so definitely that makes a lot more sense due to the fact that Jin, you know, at heart is a samurai, and he's going to be learning the ghost skill tree and learning the ghost side of things as you play on the game. Think of climbing buildings as a faster paced Assassin's Creed. Tenchu style grappling hook makes it even faster, so I definitely do appreciate that. And that is where kind of we're gonna get the infamous traversal that's very smooth, very fluid. I think we're gonna see a lot of that in the grapple hook, where you'll be able to use your grapple hook to get to a higher position, get up to a certain window that you normally couldn't have as a samurai per se. And I think that's gonna be a great thing to mess around with personally. And lastly, here on the reset era post, you don't necessarily want to be seen in your ghost kit, as people may take you for an assassin and will sometimes be hostile towards you. The game recommends you to be the ghost at night but samurai at day. Some quests will only be handed out in your samurai gear or only in your ghost gear, such as assassination requests, double agent type of system, and story to back it up. So that is super cool, man. So you will, you know, have to switch up your entire kit and everything depending on the next mission that you want to undertake, because sometimes you might have to be an assassin, sometimes you might have to be a samurai, sometimes you're fighting at night, sometimes you're fighting at day. And also there will be some things where you have a double agent type of thing going on, where the story and narrative, I think, will go directly in tandem with you being this kind of double-sided type of warrior, you know what I'm saying, where you have kind of two sides here. You have the samurai, where, you know, that one is the most respected one, I'd say. Then you have the ghost, which is a little bit more savage. Think like Drake's Scorpion album. We have the A side, which is samurai, and the B side, which is the ghost kit. I like Drake a lot, guys, I'm sorry. But that was all the post had on Reset Era. There are plenty of other things I want to talk about involving this game, so make sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. What do you guys think about all these new things here, about the NPCs that can potentially hate you and stuff like that, about you being a double agent type of thing going on here? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on it, as well as stay subscribed to PlayStation Shorts for the latest and greatest in PlayStation, and make sure to also check out our description where you can find on Instagram and Twitter to follow us on those platforms. Thank you all for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.